Okay, my name is Larry Skinner. I'm the Chief Operations Officer for FlexKom America Inc, headquartered here in Henderson, Nevada, just outside of Las Vegas, Nevada. Once again, we have an open office policy. So if you're in the Las Vegas area, we're about a 20-minute cab ride from the Strip, and you can come on by. If you could have more than 3 people or so in your group, please send an email to American Support at FlexKom.com. That's American Support at FlexKom.com. Tell us how many people in your party and about the time that you're going to arrive. We have had it where just out of the blue, hundreds of people arrived all at the same time. Though we have an open office, we don't want to exceed the fire marshal's rules for having people in this office. And so if you're going to have more than 3 or 4 people, then please send us an email. And once again, the hours of operation for the open office is Monday through Friday, unless there's a holiday, and that is from 9 a.m. Pacific to 5 p.m. Pacific, so definitely drop on by. We basically have visitors every day, had several visitors today, some great excitement out there in the field, brand new people coming in, people sent by a couple of prospects came by, or I guess they're prospects for merchants, so keep sending those in. If they're coming by into Vegas, go ahead, have them come and kick the walls. People do like to see that we're brick and mortar, so definitely have them come by, and we'll give them a tour and answer their questions. That seems to definitely help in getting them to commit to being a merchant. Have a lot of people signing up as merchants nationwide, and congratulations to everybody that is out there signing up merchants. Keep up the great work. Submit that paperwork, and like our co-CEO, Gene Mullen, says, it takes about 5 business days to get that process. There's some back and forth that has to be done between the merchant and our and headquarters here, and we also have to have them set up accounts and so forth. One of the sticking points is getting that W-9. It's just that it's not in the form field there. We'll add that on into the actual form where it says you need to submit the W-9 with it, but a W-9 is required for the merchants as well as the partners. We do have a question that we're going to put out to the field today because we have been talking to our legal counsel, and this is perfect timing here. With the Uber compliance, the over-compliance that we've been working towards here in America, when we're talking about a person signing up as a customer, to be adherent to the most stringent rules nationwide for the customers, they have to be over 18, and they have to give us a tax ID number. Now, that tax ID number is not for the actual discounts that they're getting from the merchants. It's for the commissions, the overrides from the people that they kiss. Our legal team has actually said, well, if the customer gave an electronic waiver or a waiver of some type that they don't want those commissions, then they wouldn't have to submit that data, that EIN or that Social Security number data. So the question to you folks on this call, we only have a few people on this call, only about 19, 20 people right now. What do you think? Would that be something worth us pursuing? We'd have to go back to the legal team and say, okay, we think we want to take a look at this. But a question to anybody on this call is, do you think that that would be fine by them, or as an option for the customer to be able to check a box, let's say, and say that they don't want to participate in the overrides from the people that they kiss? That would absolve them from having to submit the tax information. That way, they're not going to earn commissions or overrides of more than $599, and in that way, the party is not really starting up their own business like we were talking about. So they'd have an option. The electronic option is probably the best way to do it, where they'd be able to say, I do not want to give my tax information, or however we want to word that, and I'm willing to give up the overrides from the people that I kiss. I could still share the app and so forth, but I won't get the overrides from the people that I kiss. Would that be something you think that the customers would like? We've talked to several people, including Larry Holcomb, who I believe is on this call, and he was saying that that's not a hindrance for the people that he's talked to. But we think that this might be an option, and before we pursue it any further, we just want to get a little bit of feedback on that. So we'll ask that question in just a moment. This week is what we're putting together are videos. This audio is to be added to the videos at the Power to Change. That's our YouTube website, Power to Change, and that's POWER, the number 2, and then CHANGE. So you go to youtube.com, you type into the search window at the top, Power to Change, POWER, the number 2, CHANGE is one word, Power to Change. When you'll see an icon, it looks like the POS 4S terminal. You click on that. That brings you to our channel. If this is your first visit, or if you haven't subscribed, then the video will automatically play. That's the 3-minute video that gives you the overview. And then while that's playing, or after it finishes, you'll see above where that video played, you'll see the options of home, videos, and playlists. We've added more videos to the playlist. Today we added 2 videos, well, at least 2 videos, that are talking about customer overview. So you'll see the playlist is named Customer Overview, and that's in addition to the DMR Independent Representative Training. So that's in there as well. That's a 12-video playlist. And then there's a certification series, How to Sign Up and Set Up a Merchant. That will take you through the entire process, all the information that you'd get during certification. So if you want to understand how everything works and have a video tutor there to help you while you're signing up a merchant, you have that. And now we're adding this week the customer overview. When you click on the customer overview, and everybody should do this at least once a day, like when you're wrapping up your day, turn down the speakers and go in here and play one of these playlists. That will help us raise our presence up for search engines. So SEO is improved when you have somebody watch a video end to end, and if you do these playlists, it'll play the videos end to end to end, and that will give us good viewership. So everybody should be doing that. Everybody should be subscribing to our YouTube channel. That'll raise us up as well. And referencing videos on their Facebook, referencing videos from our YouTube channel on their Facebook and their Twitter, all these things help us to move up. As we've been talking about for quite some time now, we're making some more improvements to our website and doing things that are going to raise us up for brand management, as well as search engine optimization, as well as search engine marketing. All these things are being worked on and will be deployed throughout the next few weeks. Once again, that means that these videos that you're seeing here will go up and down. So we'll have these videos up when a change is made, a substantial change to the website, and that change stabilizes. That is to say, they put up a change and then they make some tweaks on it, and then they come to a final version of it. Then we'll reshoot the video. So what that means is for you folks that are going to write us, as soon as the website changes saying, well, these videos are out of date, we know that. We are going to shoot the videos to replace the older videos once the website stabilizes. So once we get confirmation from our webmaster that that's the way this page is going to stay for at least a month, then we'll shoot another video and a series of videos if there's enough changes. And pretty soon there may well be enough changes. So the other thing I wanted to cover was basically the question of the kissing process. We had a lot of people who sent in emails saying, can I kiss? Should I kiss now? Am I not supposed to kiss? Yes, you are supposed to kiss. You are supposed to be kissing now and kissing frequently. Basically, if you haven't gone and spoken to a merchant directly, you should have. There's 2,000 terminals out there in the field. Not sure what people are doing with them, but hopefully they're getting geared up to go out. They're using these videos that we have in these tutorials, getting themselves ready, practicing so they can go and talk to merchants and get those terminals working for them. If you have terminals, if you bought 2 terminals or 100 terminals and they're just sitting in your garage, that's not what they're there for. You need to get them out there, as they say, put some overalls on those terminals and get them out in the field. They're generating commissionable volume for you. So that's definitely what they're there for. Having them in your garage is doing you no good. So get those terminals out there in the field. Work with your upline, your downline. Work with the videos that you see here and the people that have offered their assistance on these calls. Work with them to get those merchants, those terminals. So get those terminals out to merchants. Get as many customers as possible. When you go up to that first merchant, after you watch those tutorial videos that we have as playlists, and the merchant's going to ask you 2 things. How many merchants have you signed up? You'll honestly say the truth and say, well, I haven't signed up any merchants. They'll go, okay, so I'm going to be a guinea pig. How many customers do you have? And when you can actually say, I have 10 customers or 100 customers, then that's going to be very powerful for them. And that's going to be a decision-making thing. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go and open up the lines. And basically the first thing we're going to do is open up the lines for anybody that's having a meeting or starting to set up a meeting. That's the first thing we're going to talk about, and then we'll go for a little bit of open Q&A after we go through the videos that we have deployed today. So the first thing we're going to do is only people who have a meeting coming up this weekend or next week. So hold on for one moment. Okay, so only people who have a meeting coming up this weekend or this week. If you have any questions, please send an email to americansupport@flexkom.com. That's americansupport@flexkom.com. Otherwise, if anybody has a meeting coming up, go ahead and hit star and then 6. Okay, give people a couple of seconds here. It takes a couple of seconds for it to clear people through. If not, then we'll just go and cover the tutorials that we put up because we're in a format where we're not actually doing Q&A at this time. We're doing tutorials. All right, so let's go and talk about these videos. Okay, so what we have is at Power to Change. Instead of doing a webinar, it's better to do it this way, where we're referencing a video that is easily accessible to you, and you can copy that URL for that video and send it off to people on your team or prospects. So once again, here's the procedure. You're going to go to www.youtube.com, youtube.com. Once you go to youtube.com, in that little search window that pops up at the top, you're going to type in Power to Change. That's POWERCANGE. Would help if I'm not dyslexic. There we go. And then you'll see a couple of channels that are related to Power to Change. You're looking for an icon that is the POS 4S terminal. That's our channel. You click on Power to Change. You come in there. If this is your first visit or you haven't subscribed, then the Blue Earth video will automatically play. That's a 3-minute overview video that covers soup to nuts. What is this opportunity? So, great video for you to have in your arsenal. While that video is playing, in fact, it's best if you kind of let that video play all the way out. After the video plays, you'll see the Blue Earth as a thumbnail, as an icon for that video, and then above the Blue Earth, you'll say, underneath where it says Power to Change, it says Home, Videos, Playlists, Channels, Discussion, and so forth. What you want to do is click on Playlists. When you click on playlists, you'll see that there are currently 5 playlists. The liked videos are videos that have been recently liked. We try and take that one down from time to time, but that's a feature of YouTube, so that's going to keep popping up. The next ones are the customer overview. That one, it says that it was put up 4 hours ago. It has 5 videos in it. That's the one we're going to talk about today. And then to the right of that, or it depends on if you have it set up as a list, but the next one would be the DMR Independent Representative Training. That teaches you pretty much soup to nuts what it is to be a DMR. That's a Digital Marketing Representative, Independent Representative. That takes you through signing up your first DMR. That takes you through kissing your customer and so forth, and signing up your merchant. Then the next one you'll see is FlexKom, the Power to Change Your Life. These are 4 videos that YouTube kind of compiled for this channel. Don't have a lot of control over that. I could add things to it, but I can't really make it go away. So we'll just leave it there. Plus, it's pretty good to have anyway. And then the 5th playlist is the certification series, How to Sign Up and Set Up Merchants. This certification series takes you through everything that you go through in a certification class. So if you went to the certification class in Florida, the major points that they would give you about actually signing up a merchant are covered here and covered in such a way that you can keep watching these videos over and over until you see the process and feel comfortable with it. If you're actually filling out one of the forms for the merchant agreements, then you can actually have the video playing while you fill out the form. That way it gives you a very good, confident feeling that you know what you're doing. So it's like artificial intelligence, having these videos to play while you do this. All right, so let's go to the ones that we did today. These are the customer overview. So this is the playlist named the customer overview. When you click on that, you have currently 5 videos. This will probably turn out to be more like 8 or 9 videos by the end of this week. And the first one is that same one that Mr. Larry Holcomb, requested that we make a shorter video that doesn't talk about the reseller, the DMR opportunity, only talks about what a customer and or a merchant would be interested in. So that's why we have that shortened version. It's only 2 minutes and 7 seconds long, so it's pretty easy, pretty light. If you're talking to a merchant, this is something that you might want to send them as a follow-up, as an add-on. After you met with them, you capture their email address and you send them this link to this video and ask for another meeting time. It's a great video to explain for a merchant, and it's also a great video for a customer to watch. So if you have a customer who says, okay, what is this all about? You get their email address and you send them this video, and it kind of cuts to the chase. The next video is a tour of the customer back office, and what that does is it takes you through logging into a customer's account at FlexKom.com. In the upper right-hand corner, it says Consumer Login. You click on that, and it takes you through what you're going to see when you actually click on that and go into the account. Now, this particular video references somebody with a card. So when you're looking at this video, somebody that is using the Flex app to become a customer, so you kiss them using the app, they're going to already have information in here that's not showing on this particular video. For instance, their email address will already be in there. When they are kissed via the phone, or you take out your static QR code that you printed out and laminated, and you have them download the Flex Card app and kiss your phone, kiss the QR code, they're going to sign up. It's going to ask them for their email address, and it's going to send to that email address the information of the Flex card number and the PIN code number. Now, what happens from time to time, the biggest mistake that's made is that people don't put in the correct email address. They either misspell their email address, or they put in an email address that they don't frequent, so it's not their main email address. It's one from 10 years ago that they just wanted to put in here because they didn't want to give their main one out. For whatever reason, if they don't get in a real email address, that doesn't help the system. We need to have real data in here. We need the customers to give real data so that we have a real system that's valuable to the merchants. This is what you're selling. You're selling this marketing tool. This marketing tool is built upon the data that the customers are putting in. We need real email addresses, real mobile numbers. We don't want to have a situation, which we've had in the past, where there's fake information entered. If they put in a fake email address, that's going to cause problems for our servers and for our process. If they put in a fake mobile number, that is to say if they put in a home number or they just make up a phone number, that's not helping us. That's not helping you, and it's definitely not helping the merchant. This is a marketing tool that you're selling. That is what this terminal is for, and we need good data in there. So this video takes you through fleshing this out from a card activation point of view. But in general, a lot of this is the same for a person who signed up via the app. So if they were kissed, then a lot of this data is going to already be in there. So for instance, the email address is already in there and the mobile number is already in there. So the part of the video that talks about clicking on that activation to activate the Flex card, they won't have to do that. That's about 3 minutes and 40 seconds in or so. It says verify mobile now and use the Flex app. That's because this was a Flex card that we took out of a box from December 7th and activated it. And so that's why this step was there. So if you were a merchant and your sponsor came and set up your terminal and they activated the packet of cards that came with your terminal, the customer wouldn't have to do this. They would already be active. When they come in here, they can just add their email address and their mobile number if it's just a physical card, and that's done via clicking on consumer login and then card activation, and then they'll just add the specific information in at that time. So somebody using a card can simply use the card, keep accruing their discounts on that card, and then they can add the information in later when they get to a computer. And we understand that there are people who are going to have the cards who don't have any personal computers in their lives. They don't have a smartphone. They don't have a computer at their home. So for those folks to complete this, they could go to a library. There's computers there that you can use, as well as internet cafes. But at some point, they're going to want to add their information in here. Also, when in the future, this online place is a place where that person who only has a card and doesn't have a smartphone, this is where they'll be able to go in and add their likes, the things that they are shopping for. So they like pizza restaurants, and they like sushi restaurants, and they could just say the things that they like. So there'll be a place for them to tailor what they like. And also, I'm advocating hard for on the online customer login, consumer login space, to have the Flex app map in here. So if a person doesn't have a smartphone and they want to make their travel arrangements for when they go to Chattanooga, Tennessee next month, they'll be able to come in here, go to the library, log into their account using their card number and their PIN number, and then log into the Flex app at FlexKom.com, and then see the various stores that they're going to go to in Chattanooga, or when they're going to New York or whatever, as we're fleshing this out and getting more merchants. Alex is working hard to get more merchants there in New York, Boom Boom Room and so forth, and we'll have more places over time, and we'll even have places in Lompoc, California. So let's say that this person wanted to go to Lompoc, but they don't have a smartphone, then they would just go and log into their back office online, and they would the map would be there, and they could make their plans for which restaurants and stores they wanted to visit while they're in Lompoc. Or if they're in Lompoc, they can go to an internet cafe there and see what's around them, even though they don't have a smartphone. Of course, if you have a smartphone, you can just go into the Flex app and look at the map in the Flex app itself. But for those folks that don't have one, there should be a solution coming soon. And in general, they can go and flesh out their account online. So that's what this video is talking about, how to do that. But a person that kisses to get in the opportunity, they have a smartphone, they kissed your smartphone, or they kissed your laminated static QR code, they gave their email address and so forth. So we have their mobile number and we have their email address. That's all there, and their PIN code would have been emailed to them. And so they could log in here with that same information. All right, so that is the one of the videos that we put up today. Let's go back here. Put up two more videos. One is how to basically the customer making a transaction using the Flex card. So this is that same card that we just showed getting activated here. And so this is it's kind of a grainy video. We know it's just a temporary thing. We have a more professional video coming from Flex Academy. Once we get that more professional video, then we'll actually replace this one with that one. But for right now, this one shows you how the merchant's going to go in, add the amount of the transaction. And once again, the merchant's collecting 100% of the transaction. And then they're typing into the terminal the $20 or $30, whatever the principal cost is of this transaction. No sales tax, just the principal action. And then the merchant is making a selection based off of how the customer wants to receive that discount. So they either click on collect with a card, and that's what this first video is. They click on collect with a card. If the customer doesn't happen to have their card with them, but they do remember their 16-digit number, then they could type in that 16-digit number in the window there. Otherwise, usually under the average circumstance, the customer has their Flex card. On the back of the Flex card, there's a QR code. So what they're going to do is they are going to take that QR code and point it towards the terminal and click scan, and then they'll scan the QR code. It's a little not lined up there, but once again, there's a professional version coming from Europe. As soon as we get that in English, we'll post that up to replace the two that I did here. And so once again, this talks about, and we talk about this kind of on a regular basis, but the opportunity for someone to donate their discount to a Flex charity, that comes up at the end of the transaction. So on that first video where we're doing the transaction with the card, after we get the QR code to be scanned by the terminal, then it pops up and says, okay, you have you're credited 2 Flex monies. And it says, it's kind of grayed out, my Flex charity donation. You have the option of clicking on none of the hearts. So there's 4 hearts. One of them is 10%. The other heart is 25%. The third heart is 50%, and the fourth heart is 100%. So if they wanted to give 10%, they click on that first heart. If they wanted to give 100% of that $2 from this transaction, then they click on the 100%. If they don't want to give any, if they want to give 0%, then they just click on next. They also have the option of checking the balance of that card. So if they don't have a computer and they don't have a phone, how do they find out what the balance is on their card? They click on check balance after they do a transaction. If they don't want to see what their balance is, then they would just click on next, and that would take it to the screen where it's ready for the next transaction. So when you're talking about what the merchant has to do, the merchant's steps are very, very simple. In fact, I'm going to add this video to the merchant side as well, so that these 2 videos, so that it's in one place, where if you're showing a merchant how things work, you can actually show them how these transactions work. And once again, this will be replaced by a very professional video done by Flex Academy as soon as we get it. So that should take us to the end of that first video, where we're collecting the customer making a transaction using a Flex card to collect discounts. And so we'll go to the next one. The next one is customer making transaction using the Flex card app to collect discounts. So in this one, things are pretty much the same. The merchant is going to type in the principal amount of the transaction. So if it's $50, they'll type in 50. If it's $5, they'll type in 5. If it's $2.13, they'll type in $2.13. In this video, I actually download the Flex Card app while the video is running. So the video is 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And while I'm typing in the amount for this test transaction, the app is downloading and installing. And then by the time I finish explaining what I'm doing with typing in the principal amount, and by the time I click on that Collect with Flex app, the app is already downloaded and installing and just kind of settling into my phone. So you'll see that towards the probably at about a minute and a half or something. And so that's how quickly the Flex Card app downloads. It downloads very quickly, even though in this office that I'm in, when I shot this video, I only had about 1 bar connectivity with my beautiful Sprint service here. Even with just 1 bar, I was able to download and install this app very quickly. So it's basically in the video, you see that by the time I get ready to do the transaction, the app is already installed and it's just checking for updates. So it's really quite simple, quite quick. And there it is. So it just takes a minute and 34 seconds. It's probably less than that because I was explaining. So about a minute, 20 seconds, even with poor connectivity, for that Flex Card app to download. I already had the Flex app installed, so I just chose to go with that one anyway. It didn't really matter. I was logged into to the Flex app anyway. Wasn't logged into the Flex Card because I just downloaded it. I would have had to log into the other one. So once again, it comes up with the grayed out 10%, 25%, 50%, and 100%. Don't know exactly when that's going to be made active, but when it will, you'll see that the colors are more robust. It's like a deeper red on the pink, and the blue line that says My Flex Donation will be like a dark blue, like the next button. And it's just that simple, and the transaction's done. You click next, and then bing, bada bing, it shows up on your phone. It says you have received this Flex monies, and the transaction's over. So those are the videos that we put up today. And then we have audio from earlier this week. And so that's basically that playlist. If everybody on this call and everybody in every upline, every downline, if everybody subscribed to our YouTube channel, then we would have a lot better search engine results for everyone. And so everybody on this call and anybody that you reference to this conference call should definitely be subscribing to our YouTube channel, which is The Power to Change. Also, you could send an email to American Support at FlexKom.com. That's American Support at FlexKom.com, and ask us for the DMR special. Ask for the DMR special, and we'll give you all the links to our Facebook, our YouTube channel, our Twitter account. We will give you links to this conference call and so forth so that you can send it out to your prospects. And you also will have the ability we still have the ability for you to friend us on Facebook, so go ahead and do that for the time being. Until we get to a certain level, we'll have to make it where you can only like us and follow us. But for the time being, you can befriend us. And for anybody that's putting together a meeting anywhere in the country, send an email to American Support at FlexKom.com with your meeting information. So what we need is the day, especially if it's a regular meeting. If it's always on Thursdays or Mondays or Tuesdays or whatever, send an email to American Support with the date, the regular recurring date of the meeting, the subject. Hopefully it's like a biz op or a meeting of that type, and also the location, and a phone number and or email address so that we can push that up on our Facebook page, as well as all the other social media links that we have, as well as in the back office. We have the back office calendar is populated all the way out into October. So if you have anything that you want to, any meetings that you're going to have or special events that you're going to have related to FlexKom, then send the email in to us. We'll get it into the calendar as well as on our Facebook and so forth. Definitely part of our job here is to help you have these meetings and get these meetings populated. And really, we want you to go out and not only sign up merchants. Yes, that's something we definitely want you to do. We want you to sign up merchants, support those merchants, but also we want you out there signing up DMRs, digital marketing representatives, independent reps, and teaching them, holding their hands, and getting them to these various media that we have for them. In your back office, you have all kind of videos that are available for them and tutorials. There'll be more of them coming soon. One of the things that's going to happen is we're going to have some, like I said, some changes happen on the website. So, and that's coming pretty soon. So we're not all that into shooting some of the videos, especially when we know it's going to change. So we have videos that will get you through the basics. Videos with more detail will be coming soon. And you'll see a couple more changes to the back office for the partners, where the Flex Start Countdown will disappear and other things. And then it'll be basically an American-centric page where when you log in, you'll see things that are related to American. We got several emails about the German that's showing up in various places. We are aware of this, and we have put this over to Germany, where our servers are and our engineers are, and we're trying to get all these things changed and expedited so that you are marketing in America in American English. That is the goal. So basically, those are the things I wanted to cover. We're going to wrap this one up short here. We have a conference call tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Once again, we're going to be adding more videos to our YouTube channel related to the customer experience. We'll also have some requests for a couple more videos for the merchant back office. We'll get those done as well. And then we want to reshoot the video for how an American partner, a DMR in America, requests their commissions. So we'll go over those again. We had to take those videos down. So for you folks that have links to the old videos, please get rid of those, erase those, because they're not going to be pertinent to the way that the website works. Even the videos that are out right now on our Power to Change site, we have probably some 150 videos that are up there, but most of them are made invisible because the website has changed to the point that those old links don't work. So if you have any of those old links to any of those old videos, you want to get rid of those because they're telling you how things worked 3 months ago, 6 months ago, and not how they work today. We're replacing all the videos for all the how-tos with the current website, and then once the website is upgraded again, once again, we'll shoot those videos anew. All right, so I have to run into a little meeting here, and so we're going to wrap this up right now. If you have any questions, send an email to AmericanSupport@FlexKom.com. Any questions, suggestions, statements, anything you want to do, send it over to AmericanSupport@FlexKom.com. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific. My name is Larry Skinner. I'm the Chief Operations Officer for FlexKom America Incorporated. Anything that's said on this conference call can be repurposed as FlexKom sees fit. Thank you very much, and good night.